I mean, I guess we should go back to recording with our old opening, or
Do
are
you
we
want to
going to
do
try to
that?
go with a new one?
I'm down to do that.
All right,
Um,
let's see. Let me get into this space. Welcome to Pop Culture Roulette for all your pop culture needs. We're America's podcast.
what's up?
Oh man, it's been too long since we've done this.
It
It's
has.
been a real long time.
Are we gonna just pretend that we didn't do those other ones, or
The square peg or whatever
those
we were
and the other pop culture roulettes? Like, is this?
No. I mean, I think like we talked about on the last episode of Media Pod Smash that you and I did.
Mhm.
I mean, it's going to be kind of a legacy numbering where we start over at number one because we want to get the new viewers in,
Yeah.
but we're not gonna discount anything that we did before.
Okay.
We just
We
what I
acknowledge
mean?
it, but we're just
Yeah.
we're back
we'll
then.
acknowledge it, and we're still gonna talk about like Machete Kills Our Halloween Dreams, but we're never actually gonna release it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's classic.
I mean, and then at some point, like down the road, we'll go, oh yeah, no, this is really episode 276, and they'll be like, wait, last it was just an episode 175. Yeah,
Well,
take
surprise.
that. Surprise.
They made it this far. They'll know.
Well, should we reintroduce ourselves then?
Probably should do that.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Why don't you start?
All right, I'm Nicholas.
I'm Justin. Go ahead.
I'm Jeremy.
I just went around the room.
I'm sorry. I wasn't reading the whole vibe yet. We're still a little clunky. I'm
Yeah.
Jeremy from Media Pod Smash at Media Pod Smash at Facebook.com/Media Pod Smash.
So, I mean, I guess since we are restarting over with episode one, we should kind of maybe go over a little bit of the history and
Mhm.
what we have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's so we all know each other back when we used to work at the dark side. I mean, Walmart. I mean,
Right.
wait, are we allowed to say the name
Big
of the place
box
that we work?
store.
Big box retail.
Well, I don't mind if we say it. Justin, what do you
Uh,
think?
When do I care?
So we all met each other there, and we discovered that we all have pretty similar sense of humor, or pretty similar taste in pop culture.
Hmm.
And then everything just kind of snowballed from there. I mean, really, if you're gonna blame anybody for this mess, it's probably Kevin Smith's fault
That's true. Yeah.
because
He was the
he
big
does go
inspiration.
around telling everybody that you can do this on your own.
Mhm.
Well, clearly, I can't.
Yeah, it takes quite an army actually to
Yeah.
get us to get this going. But yes,
Well-
he was a big inspiration.
So since last time we were doing this, though, Justin, you actually started listening to podcasts.
I did, especially during the pandemic, because I've been working like 3 to 1, so I've been listening to them until like 7 when the store opens. So it's just something to fill the time while I was at work.
Because
What
I
do
mean,
you-
last time when we did 101 episodes, you didn't listen to a single one of them.
Well, I started listening to Media Pod Smash
Oh,
and
wow!
then some sports ones,
What sport ones?
a couple different Packer ones.
Nice.
I'm not going to give them shout outs.
Right. They're like the competition now.
Yeah, they will be. They
Yeah.
will be.
Oh, some foreshadowing.
Yeah,
Well, I listen to a lot of podcasts as well, but I'm not going to sit here and name the ones I listen to, but mostly Media Pod Smash as well. So,
I mean,
Yeah, I listened to
I
the one
say
that
I
you
listened to that
said
one,
without
but
me.
I don't.
Yeah, I know I listened to the one you were on from Media Pod Smash because I messaged Jeremy and I was like, oh, that was like 6 shout outs.
Yeah, I could sit here and try to joke with Jeremy and say I don't listen to him, but he knows how many text messages he gets about the episode
Yeah.
while I'm listening.
That's true. And I've got the analytics to back it up. Because I know no one else from the East Troy and McGuanago and Burlington area listen. Well, I shouldn't say exact places, so I'll cut that out. Southeastern Wisconsin area.
Well, all our stalker fans will hunt us down.
That's right. I mean,
Wow.
you got to be on the lookout for that.
It's okay. We wear masks now. They'll never know.
I say, I wonder if Goodell's still on the lookout for us.
Oh yeah, that's true. We did have a run in for that. So what Super Bowl was that? Like 2015, 2014?
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
It was a while ago now.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, yeah. So big pilot episode. I feel like I've never done a podcast before.
In the when was the last time? Because I know you have the exact dates. When was the date of the last Pop Culture Roulette?
Okay, so the last episode of Pop Culture Roulette, before we did the reboot, the other reboot, the episode 101 was recorded on 7/6/16.
Oh, geez,
Okay.
really?
Damn.
And that was called episode 101, The Hunt for 100, because somehow episode 100 got lost.
So it was like 4.5 years.
Yeah.
It was that long ago?
Yeah. But we did Point Cubed in 2018. So there was
Okay.
2-year gap before we did another
A 2-year gap
attempt
before
of a
like a
reboot.
3-year gap.
Yeah.
Man,
We're all
I
baby
didn't
faces,
think
no
it was
gray
that.
hair.
Mm. Those were the days, man.
No, I had gray hair back then. I just have more of it now.
Mine just shows up in my
This,
beard.
this.
But luckily, it's dark back here, so you don't see it.
Yeah, we're
But
we're
unlike-
gonna put some filters on to make sure they don't see any of that.
Oh, good.
Although I will point out
I
that
like
I am quite a bit older than both of you, and I still have I mean, Justin's hair might be longer, but his is thinning out where mine is not.
Oh. This is the last episode Nicholas did.
Well, sometimes genetics are unkind to us,
It's true.
Yeah,
but I'll never lose my good looks. I might lose all my hair, but the face has remained the same, if not improved since the last time we've met.
Yeah. Get the beard going.
I had the apocalypse beard, but I had to shave it for the game show so I could look presentable. Which you can find on Media Pod Smash, episode number 73.
and the king of pop culture retained his title.
That's true. You did.
And- I don't really know how I got the title in the first place, but I retained it.
Well, I mean, after 100 some episodes of a pop culture podcast, you got to have some sort of a title.
Oh, all right.
I find it kind of fitting.
I did find myself a lot of time during that game show yelling out the answer
Mhm.
and going, man, I would have cleaned up on this.
I was actually shocked at how unknowledgeable these people were at some of the stuff I was asking. I really tried to cater it towards the people in my circle, and I was like, really, you haven't watched this fucking cartoon? Come on, guys. I don't know, it was kind of strange to me. And the one that I keep going back to, which Colin, I'm sure, is going to hate me about, but the Michael Jordan question that I asked Colin, I was just like, what? Really? That's your answer? Did you even hear what I asked?
I don't remember that question. What was
It was the Republicans don't buy sneakers thing, the quote that he said. And I was asking who doesn't buy sneakers? And then Colin said, just do it. And I got all like, what? That doesn't even make any goddamn sense. And then I had my freak out, behind the scenes freak out, where I flipped the table. But anyway,
there were some of those cartoon questions would have tripped me up because I was in college during when those were on, so I didn't watch as many cartoons, but some of that other
Allegedly.
stuff.
Well, see, I figure if I do another one and we have you guys on there as the contestants with one other person from my circle, I'll keep the cartoon questions in to level the playing field, so that you're not just crushing them. Then, now that I know that you wouldn't get all the cartoon ones.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, some of them I knew, but some of the later '90s cartoons really threw me off
Yeah,
because, like,
yeah.
I've never watched. I've watched like 2 or 3 episodes of SpongeBob ever.
I've watched a lot of SpongeBob.
Okay.
So I mean, I know some things just because I pick it up, from osmosis. But for
Mhm.
generally, like, that guy annoys the hell out of me.
I mean, SpongeBob is annoying, but my niece watched it a lot, so I've seen a lot of it.
I mean, looking back, he is annoying, but at the time, I really enjoyed SpongeBob. Probably influenced a lot of my spastic behavior. So, I mean, I can't really hate on him too much. But I see what you mean. It's pretty grating after a while. Not even after a while, like instantly. As
Just
soon as
turn
he
it on
opens
for
his
a while.
mouth.
I mean, I don't know if either of you have had an experience like this, but Voltron was a big cartoon from when I was a kid. And when I was in college, Cartoon Network was like, "Oh, we're bringing back the original Voltron. We're going to re-air it in order."
Mhm.
And so, like, I ran home one day and watched like the very first episode and went, I can't watch this again because it is just going to destroy my memory of Voltron. Like, I had an image in my head of what Voltron was because I was big into the cartoon and I had like the sticker books and I never get really any of the action figures, but like it was cool.
Mhm.
And then I saw the cartoon and was like, "Oh, this is just bad." Because when 20 years later, you're like, you're grown up and you see something, and you're like, "Oh, this does not hold up." So
Mhm.
it's like I can't watch it because I have to retain my memory of what it was.
Mhm.
I don't
Mhm.
want to ruin that.
Right. I understand that. I find that that happens to me a lot with games. Like, I'll go back to games that I used to love when I was a kid, and they just don't hold up at all. Whether it be graphics or performance or AI, it's just like not how I remembered it. I mean, one example I could think of is a game called Grabbed by the Ghoulies. It's a rare game, and it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong, but I used to love it when I was a kid. Like when it first came out, I was like, "This game it's awesome." I had it on a pedestal, and then the rare replay collection came out, and I was like, "Yes, Grabbed by the Ghoulies, let's go, baby, let's go." I played it for the first time in years, and it was like, "What? Why did I like this again?" So I definitely know what you're saying, Justin.
There's been games like that, like some of the old Nintendo games. Like
Mhm.
I remember playing a lot of Jackal, Monsters in My Pocket, Bubble Bobble, and going back to those. I was like, these aren't as fun as I remember.
Yeah.
Might have been I was playing with my sister, so that was one of our little like bonding things. So we just sit down and play Nintendo games.
Mhm.
So I think that's more why I have that nostalgia feel towards it. But yeah, playing it by myself, they weren't good.
Yeah.
They're meant to be co-op. Zombies Ate My Neighbors is another one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the game that was the first. It was you could only play it like when you went to Chuck E. Cheese or someplace like that. Like it was not a console, but like an arcade. There we go.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. That game was. Oh man, I had so much fun with that game. And then they finally put it on the system where you could play it at home, and you're like, this isn't all that good anymore. I mean, it saves you a lot of money because you're not just pumping quarters, but
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Rampage. Rampage is one of those arcade games that you need to play it with the arcade. Like I had that one on the Wii. Definitely not as fun.
Yeah. I don't know what it was about like trying to port arcade titles, but it didn't seem to work very often back in the day. I don't know why. The Simpsons, they tried to port.
yeah,
And what's that? Go ahead.
it didn't really work the other way either. Like if you'd go to the arcade and they had like Madden,
Yeah, yeah. Or Guitar Hero. They tried to port
yeah, it's
that.
just
Like,
like
what the fuck? This doesn't work.
why would I come to Dave and Buster's and spend money to play a game I can play at home for free
Yeah, yeah,
and not even get tickets for?
yeah, definitely. But people did it, so I mean, I guess it worked.
I'm sure we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is non-alcoholic, by the way, before anyone gets concerned.
Well, that's good. especially since you had that whole episode just like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Fuck it. Changed my mind.
2021 sucks, dude.
It's been winter way too long, so I give up.
It started snowing again today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Enough
no.
is enough with this shit, man.
I heard them talking on the radio this week or last week. They're like, "This is the most snow we've had since like '99."
Really?
I think that's what they were saying. I don't.
Wow.
I mean, I never bothered to look it up to see if it's true, but
Good year. Good year.
Yeah, when you said like back in '99, it doesn't feel like '99 was what 20 years, 21 years, 22 years ago. Like it feels like it was yesterday.
Oh, not to me. Feels very distanced.
that means this summer will be 25 years from high school for me.
Oh my god.
Good lord. I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah, but the snow is a big pain in the ass. It's getting like just one of those things you hate to look at after a while, and it lingers around so long. Like by the time you get to the end of March, it's all gray and gross.
And you have nowhere to go with it.
Yeah.
Everything is so tall. You just blow it out of the driveway, it falls right back.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably pick a pile of snow at the Walmart
Mm-hmm.
and then take bets on how long it's going to be there.
I'm down.
Oh, I would.
Like,
I'd win
will
that
it?
bet.
Will it still be there on July 4th? Like,
I'll go out there every day and start moving some. Just move it and move it.
just keep repiling it.
Yeah, well, I just be like, I'm gonna win.
All right. Well, since we are a pop culture podcast, should we
Yeah.
talk about some pop culture things?
Let's do that.
Okay.
Do you got some
No,
notes?
Justin. Not really.
Oh,
I mean, I tried to take some notes, but I only have 2 things on it, and one of them is more of a procedural thing.
okay.
So-
Because I mean, if we're doing the same tradition, we weren't really planning on doing any work, and we were just gonna wait and see what you came up with.
Well,
I mean-
we can make you.
See, I'm not going to let that happen this time. I'm just.
Well then, all right, fine.
I was noticing this week that I really need to do something to re-up my my pop culture, like what keeping up with like what's happening in modern like right now.
Mhm.
But then I spent most of yesterday just rewatching the Clone Wars episodes.
Well, all right, cool. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so I haven't really been doing anything modern pop. Well, I mean, that's modern pop culture, but it's just a game.
Well, and then today to make it even more, before I had like half hour or so before you guys wanted to get on, or before we were ready to get on. So I watched an episode of the Muppet Show because they put the original Muppet Show up on Disney Plus this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like one of the first episodes from like 1977. So gonna be real modern on this one.
Oh, cool. I saw the promo photo they had of that, where it was like a WandaVision parody. Did you see
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
So did either of you actually have Disney Plus?
No.
Yes,
Nice.
I do. I have not watched
Wow.
WandaVision yet.
You haven't watched WandaVision yet?
I was kind of
Okay,
waiting for it
so-
to end so I could just binge it in a day.
You know what? I discovered with The Mandalorian that I actually am starting to like go back around and appreciate the waiting a week in between episodes.
Mm.
Like I got really like I was like, oh man, I love this binging. I can knock out a season in a day. And now with like Mandalorian, because both of the seasons, like you have to wait a week in between each episode. Like at least with the first season, when I was working with somebody who was watching it with me, like going to work and then we get to spend the week like breaking down the episode and like talking about it and like what do we think's going to happen next. Like it made the Mandalorian like more exciting and I think better. And like everybody complains about it, but I think it's actually making the Mandalorian and WandaVision more popular because like it stretches it out over a few months.
Mm-hmm. It gives people
And then-
time to digest.
Right.
They
And we
just do.
talk about it for 3 months instead of, well, we watched, we watched Bridgerton. It came out this weekend. All right, we're done. And like 2 weeks later, we're on to the next show. And then, a year and a half from now when the second season comes out, we're like, hey, wait, what was that show?
Mhm.
What happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, maybe
Season
I'll
4.
start watching it tomorrow.
Season 4 of Ozark is coming out. Now I got to rewatch the first 3 seasons because I don't remember what happened. That was 2 years ago.
Oh, that'll give you a good excuse to watch it for the first time then. That's a show that everyone recommends to me.
I've never seen it. I can't recommend it.
All right, well, we
We're
can
on the
watch it
same boat.
together.
All right.
Well, Jeremy, I know
popcorn.
you would actually really like it
I'll put
since
the
you
hole in
like
the bottom.
Breaking Bad.
Hey.
Yeah, it's got that vibe to it.
It definitely has a Breaking Bad vibe to it. Yeah.
Cool, sweet.
So I guess I'm not too far off. I am watching some modern things, but
That's good. Yeah.
I was going to say, Justin, you tend to be more on the DC side of things, right?
For the most part. Lately, it's been a lot of
So-
Marvel because DC keeps dropping the ball.
What did you think of the Whedon cut?
Didn't watch it.
You didn't watch the Whedon cut of Justice League?
No.
This
No.
is
Okay.
going great.
All right
Tell
then.
me to watch these things.
I thought we were gonna have like wacky headlines and stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Pop culture
They-
doesn't
they-
know what they're doing.
Where's my notes? Damn it!
well, I mean, that was leading into the one note that I had because they released the trailer for the Snyder cut of Justice League, and they've recut the Justice League movie, which was not good.
Not good at all.
I mean, there
Wasn't
was
terrible.
a few good moments, but like, I mean, it's when you have all those characters and you continually just fail, like it's amazing, like how bad a job they're doing.
Mhm.
Now, I mean, so then a lot of people were saying that it was Joss Whedon's fault because he went back and reshot like half the movie and like he took all the stuff out of it and DC bosses keep going in and re-editing everything, which seems to be a consistent problem for DC.
Uh-huh.
And then so Zack Snyder kept all the footage. And like obviously he didn't finish the CGI, but fans kept, I mean, I'm sure you've been vaguely aware of the
Mhm.
fan campaign of the hashtags release the Snyder cut over
Yeah.
the last couple of years.
Mhm.
But they the fans finally went out and now we're going to get a 4-hour version of Justice League.
Good.
So because that's what
Why
I
not?
need in my life, a 4-hour Superman movie.
Right.
But I was gonna ask Justin because I know he tends to like the DC stuff more than the Marvel stuff. That what he
I
thought
wouldn't
of
say
that.
that. I do watch more DC than probably you guys, but I wouldn't say I like DC stuff more. The
Well,
cartoons
did you watch
for
the
DC,
Wonder-
I really like the DC cartoons over the Marvel cartoons, but the Marvel movies
Oh.
are so much better than the DC stuff.
Yeah. Did you watch the Wonder Woman movie yet?
Nope. Neither of them.
Okay, then. Neither of them. Jeez.
I suck.
Well, that's all for
But we're-
Pop Culture Roulette, folks.
New
If
host
you
next
want our
week.
thoughts on my thoughts on the Wonder Woman movie, go back to that episode of Media Pod Smash I did with Jeremy.
That's right.
We're not gonna rehash that one.
That's
Oh,
right.
I heard. I listened to it.
Was it worse than the Justice League or better?
The second Wonder Woman was probably worse than Justice League.
Okay.
I am going to watch the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League out of morbid curiosity more than anything else,
Hmm.
because I can't help myself. I must watch these things, but I can't imagine it's going to be good. Like it just, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Whedon pulled out to make his shorter version, but I mean now they're doing the hashtag release the Ayer cut for the Suicide Squad movie because David Ayer is saying that Warner Brothers went in and recut like an hour of his stuff out, and they're the same with like Joker, like the Jared Leto Joker. there's been a lot of like, well, if they had not edited it, people would have liked his Joker. So that'll be curious to see. I guess it probably really depends on how well received the Snyder cut is, as to whether or not we'll get the higher cut. But it makes me wonder, like, what studios don't get about, like, stop messing with this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
but do you remember early Marvel movies, like the Daredevil one?
Yeah, they're X-Men.
Yeah, because the Daredevil, the one that got released in the theaters, was not good. Like Affleck did his best, but he can only save a pile of crap so much. But then they released the director's cut, and I was like, wow, this is actually a good movie. Like, this is, and there was a whole, like, I watched the whole, like, behind the scenes documentary on the DVD, and, like, the producer was still like, oh, the version I put in the theaters was better than the director's cut. And it was like, no, like, this is the problem. Like, you need to stay away from this. Like,
what made it so much better?
they fleshed some of the stuff out there. There was better thing, like they just cut it better. I mean, it was just they added a couple things in story wise that made it a better movie.
Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, it is strange that studios don't seem to learn. I don't understand that. It's like clearly you've seen time and time again that the other cuts are always more popular. So just like let the people that are in control have the control they need and watch the green come in.
Yeah, the studio has their version, and they're like, "This is what we want." They don't care what the director's going to do. They're just going to be like, "Well, screw you."
Yeah, I mean, because you look at like Marvel kind of lets the directors do what the directors want to do. I'm sure there's some oversight and some like, hey, we got to rein that in a little bit. But they, for the most part, just kind of let their people do what they want to do. And I mean, they're some of the highest money grossing movies of all time now. So
right.
Now that's not to say that sometimes certain directors don't need to have somebody going, hey, so about that 3-hour movie you want to release, we could make that 2.5 and it'd be a better movie.
What about some of the explosions?
Yeah. Are we talking about Michael Bay here?
Michael Bay. Names.
Explosion. Okay, well, let's see. Since you want headlines, what about this one for a headline?
Yeah.
Yesterday, it was reported that Jennifer Lawrence was offered Sue Storm for the Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, cool. What do you think about that?
I then learned that apparently, for some reason, people hate Jennifer Lawrence now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a ton of hate on Twitter, like saying she's the worst, she's so bland, she blah blah blah. And then it turned out that Marvel's like, we haven't even like set a filming date. Why would we start hiring actors?
So they just hated on her for no reason.
Yeah, it kind of looks like maybe that's a false rumor, but who knows? I mean, these rumors don't.
Who haven't we shit on for a while? Jennifer Lawrence? All right, let's make something up.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that she was somebody that we were supposed to hate now. I thought she was still popular. I didn't know.
Well, I thought we hated her because she compared us looking at those photos to sexual assault. Remember?
No, that's why we didn't like her. But because doesn't that make her a hero?
Pop Culture Nation.
Does that make her a hero for doing it in the first place?
Well, because that puts her at the forefront of the Me Too movement.
Oh, yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So yeah, the internet I guess should like her for that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess the internet apparently is turned on Jennifer Lawrence and I don't understand it. So
that is strange. Yeah. Oh well. She had a good run.
A couple good movies.
Yeah. I liked her in X-Men.
We could talk about the Gina Carano thing, but I thought we were going to try to stay less political.
We could tread lightly on it. No.
I don't know if there
Is
is.
there no way to tread lightly on that?
It would require me having done more research than what I've done. Because I mean, part of me wants to be like, well, what did she say that was so wrong?
Hmm.
And I think that squarely puts me in the on the wrong side of, at least in Twitter world.
At least if we want to get viewers.
Right.
Well, but
So,
it's nice to have like the two opposing side views.
and since I'm gonna guess neither of you bothered to look into why she got kicked off the Mandalorian.
No, I know why.
I know why.
I'm up on that. Do I care? I don't know if I care so much, but I have to say, sticking to the agenda, I have to say, like, I see why it happened.
I guess I do too, but I mean it's the same thing. It's like one side can use that exact same analogy, and then when the other side uses that analogy, oh my God, heaven forbid, rain
Mhm.
hellfire down upon her.
Mhm.
Because I mean, I gotta say, the amount of times I've heard the opposite side of her opinion call somebody Hitler, and nobody bat an eye,
Yeah.
and then she brings it up, and now she's getting fired, does raise some questions for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad that I'm not big enough to get canceled because I've called someone Hitler at least 5 times just this morning.
I think it was two of them.
But that's the way it is in Hollywood. It's just they lean
Yeah.
one way, and I mean, if you don't know what the right thing is to say and do in the role that you're in, and you don't know to keep your mouth shut, I don't feel bad for you when the shit hits the fan.
Yeah,
I don't.
No, and just gets real silent.
Yeah.
None of us know what to say.
Please stand by. I mean, I'm torn. I actually am very torn on it because, like, she should be able to say what she wants on her own Twitter without having to worry about losing her job. But that's not the world we live in, and she should know that's not the world we live in. So,
right.
There's also reported
and
that
she had
they
to,
were looking to fire her for a couple months.
So there's that. Then.
And she had to know that before she said it. Like, I mean, you have to toe the line. I understand. Like, everybody talks about, freedom of speech. Okay, sure, but freedom of speech does not make you free from repercussions.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
yes, you are free to say whatever you want, but that doesn't mean that person's not free to punch you in the face when they don't like it.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah. And you just have to know. I mean, you just have to know your boss. Like it's.
I'm pretty sure she could take her boss.
She can.
Yeah,
She could take her boss.
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah. There are very few people in that world who she couldn't take. So
yeah. I'd let her take me. Well, what is she gonna do next? What's her next move? You think?
I don't know.
She's producing or directing a movie.
Oh, cool. So she's right back on her feet. She should host her own alt-right radio show on the internet.
Yeah, she's going with another podcaster who's on that side, and they're going to be producing or directing a movie with her.
Isn't it Ben Shapiro?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, this is a calculated move then.
Whatever.
Probably. I mean,
because
it was probably a calculated move on her part to get out of the Mandalorian contract, because I'm sure she wasn't. Because I mean, there was 2 seasons, maybe 8 episodes, 10 episodes a season, and she was in 4 or 5 of them total.
Right. The quote that she said is going to make a lot of Ben Shapiro fanboys really hard. So I mean, this makes a lot of sense to me now.
Yeah.
It's all come full circle.
It really.
So now, okay. Good thing we treaded lightly, right? We're really treading lightly on it.
Yeah, I don't think we said anything that we have to go back and say not release this episode altogether.
Yeah, it's not like the classic.
Yeah, allegedly.
Ray Beep episode.
Oh yeah, that episode.
We might have to scrub some of the stuff on SoundCloud too if we decide to keep our old episodes up on there. Because go ahead.
I thought you said you had taken all those down.
No. They only disappeared because I wasn't paying for the SoundCloud thing.
Oh, okay.
and they're not in the RSS feed, but they're still available on our SoundCloud account. But maybe we since we're doing the reboot, we'll just scrub everything and then start it fresh as one.
Okay.
I mean, we could try to talk about this off air. But I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, we can keep them on there or not or whatever.
I say we take them down for now, and then
Okay.
maybe if I get the wild hair of going back and re-listening to them.
Yeah, there's probably some stuff worth like revisiting, but there's some I know for a fact that should not even be online right now. And it's mostly because of stuff that me and you have said.
Yeah, Nicholas, get your act together.
I'm not going to say I didn't say some things that shouldn't be up there.
So yeah, we'll have to revisit those sometime. But
Well, I was thinking about the old episode of, I don't remember if we did it on Media Pod Smash or Pop Culture Roulette, where like after I quit Sleep Number,
mm-hmm.
like I know we did at least one episode where I just trashed them.
Oh
And
yeah.
Yeah, that's probably not a good look. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we've not said my current employer on any of the podcasting, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I can't imagine, since my company is small enough, that they would really get too up in arms about, you know, but I'd rather just not have that like reputation of like, you know, oh, like if he leaves the company, look what's going to happen to us, you know.
Yeah. We're going to be the next one in his crosshairs. Yeah, that's probably a good call then. We'll have to get rid of that. I know that there's definitely been some sexist and racist comments I've made in the past, and I will not apologize.
I'd say we all have on there except for Nicholas.
But I will remove them.
I will say that there's a good chance I made some sexist comments, because I, you know, that idiot resides in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we've grown a lot, so hopefully that's not going to come out.
That's part of the problem I have with what happens nowadays anyway, is that like somebody tweeted something 10 years ago,
mm-hmm.
and then rather than go to them and be like, hey, does this still represent you?
Mm-hmm.
Or you know, and have them go, okay, you're right, this was something that I said 10 years ago, I've grown a lot, and that was really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
They just immediately are like, cancel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least ask them to explain their headspace, like what was going on in your life when you said this. Mm-hmm. Who knows what they were going through? They could have been dealing with some dark shit.
Yeah. Or they might have just happened to say a joke that didn't land, and because not every joke's going to land the way you want it to, and it's simply a mistake. And yeah, there's just like no road to redemption for people. It's just instantly, like you said, like you're canceled. Like they don't even care if you're sorry. They don't even care if you changed at all. And God forbid, you know, they make an off-color comment in their life. Fucking assholes.
Yeah, no, I would.
All the jokes we make all the time will get us in trouble.
I would love to go through the Twitter feeds or social media feeds of the people who are screaming and yelling at everybody about, you know, heaven forbid what Gina Carano said here, and look back through, you know, their entire history just to see if they made any sort of inappropriate joke or.
Oh, they're going to delete all that before they attack her.
You know what? I'm going to assume that most of them are probably not smart enough.
Yeah. You're probably right.
Now, this is what, you know, for athletes more than anybody else, but definitely like day one, like if they don't even do it, like when the second you declare for the draft and you hire on an agent, that agent should have somebody that works for them that goes through your social media and just deletes everything that could potentially come back to bite your client in the butt. That way, by the time they actually get drafted, because by the time, like on draft day, when they're getting drafted number one, somebody has already gone through so that they can wait until they're drafted and be like, look at what this guy said. Mm-hmm. You know, that's why as soon as they declare for the draft, like
they should have someone to look through all of their stuff before they even take them on as a client.
Yeah.
Like, be like, all right, let me look at what you did before I'm going to represent you.
Yeah. I'm actually honestly surprised no one's programmed like an AI algorithm to just go through and do it for people. Like it looks for keywords and just removes and deletes all your shit that could potentially be harmful for the future. Any future endeavors. We should invent that. Now that's $1 billion idea right there. Clean bot.
There probably is one.
There probably is.
People
Yeah.
just don't, Well,
Yeah.
who was that Brewers pitcher? Not last year, but like 2 years ago.
Josh Hader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like he gets elected to his first All-Star game,
Mm-hmm.
and then that guy who released his tweets or like started making a federal case out of it was just waiting for something good to happen to Hader. And he's like, "Oh, All-Star game! Look at what Hader said 15 years ago."
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was like, was that Laramie Tunzel right before the draft? Posted a picture of him taking a bong hit out of a gas mask.
Now, see, you can't fix stupid.
Still went in the first round.
Oh, yeah. I don't get it. Why people feel the need to like pounce on people as soon as that happens. Like, oh yeah, he made it to the All-Star game. Like, I didn't get enough attention as a kid, so I gotta go attack this guy.
Something good finally happened to this guy. Let's destroy him.
Because my own life sucks, so I have to make other people feel worse about their situations. That's what I would guess. I mean, what other reason is there to do that to somebody?
Yeah.
Maybe they just need a hug. Maybe the internet trolls just need a hug. Someone needs to reach out to them and be like, you don't have to be so angry. Just please take my hand. Embrace me. Don't attack any other celebrities.
Oh, who? Judah Friedlander. Remember?
Huh?
Remember before Judah Friedlander was on 30 Rock? He was he was just going around and hugging everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
We need to bring him back. Like
he can go around to all these trolls' houses and just hug everybody.
Slather him down and antibiotic or whatever, whatever that hand sanitizer is, just slather them down in that and just send them out to hug all the internet trolls.
Yes. I think that's a good plan. Well, maybe make the internet a nicer place, one troll at a time. Speaking of 30 Rock, I've been watching Mr. Mayor. It's fucking awesome.
Yes.
It's really fucking good.
I got through 2 or 3 episodes.
I'm through, I think, 4 episodes.
Nice.
It's really weird to see Holly Hunter like on TV, not in a movie.
Yeah. She's so funny too.
Yeah. But I also guess I never realized how small she is.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, granted, standing next to Ted Danson, who is what, 6'5", 6'6".
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it makes
a pretty big contrast. Yeah. I was surprised at how quickly it kind of found its footing, like right off the bat. I mean, I like a couple episodes in and I was like hooked, and I got the humor immediately and what they were trying to do, and like the characters kind of were already sort of taking shape, and Bobby Moynihan is so fucking awesome.
Yeah, he is. I think it was that first episode that got me. I was just like, yep, I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see the episode where they went to the town hall and all the celebrities were like, we don't want to dump in this neighborhood?
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you need to catch up with that one because they had like David Spade and Chrissy Teigen and
nice.
Andy McDowell, like all these random celebrities.
Yeah, that's a good one. There's some pretty clever stuff in that. I know they used this one, I think, in the promo for the when they were promoting the show at the beginning, but the acronym PP porn for the flight plan. Like, it's so fucking genius, the stuff that they come up with.
Well, and there was a great show that was on for a while called Speechless.
Okay.
It was the kid that had MS.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing stuff about.
So
that
he was in the wheelchair and like he had an older. No, he was the older one. So he had a middle brother and a little sister, and then the guy who had the weird accent on Big Bang Theory was the dad and doesn't have that accent in real life. And Minnie Driver. It was a great show. It lasted for like 4 or 5 years, but the daughter is now the daughter on Mr. Mayor.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
So
Nice. Yeah, I'm digging it. I really hope it goes on for a while. Hopefully it gets the ratings it needs, and if not, they'll kill it and put it on Peacock.
I gave the Young Rock a chance. I watched the first episode there.
Yeah, how's that?
It was okay. There's potential there.
Cool.
You know, like it needs to find its footing. It's still kind of trying to find itself a little bit. It's such a he's telling the story of his life because he's running for president in like 2030 something. But he's telling it from like, well, it's like 2 seconds into the first episode. So
I mean, that he's going to run for president in the future.
Oh,
real life spoilers.
Yeah.
But he's telling the story from like 3 different time periods when he was like really young, and then when he was in high school, and then in college.
Mm-hmm.
So they tried that with Bobby Moynihan a couple years ago. Who was it? Was it Bobby Moynihan and somebody else? But like he was the middle one. They had a kid that was him and they would tell the same, like it was the story being told from the 3 perspectives of like how you see the world when you're in high school, how you see the world as like middle age, and then how you see the world as an adult.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Nope.
I don't even know if it lasted the whole year. But I mean, it was really funny. I thought it was really good, but I think it was too, I don't want to say too high concept, but I think it was just a little too weird. And I wonder if trying to use that same concept for a show about The Rock is not gonna work. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. I mean, it's hard to find anything that The Rock is in that isn't good or at least watchable.
Tooth Fairy.
Well, okay.
Game Plan.
Game Plan's watchable.
Stuff.
Is it? I haven't seen it. I was just basing it on the trailer that I saw.
I mean,
rough.
it's clearly not his best, but it's still, you know.
That's true.
I mean, he's got that personality. He just exudes like.
And it was made for kids, so I guess I can't really judge it that unfairly. I mean.
And then I also watched Kenan, which that one's gonna.
You watched that?
One, yeah. that one's gonna have to work quite a bit harder to land. I think.
I hope it does. Because Keenan's like he seems like a genuinely good dude that put his time in. I mean, I remember watching him in All That days back when I was a kid. And I always thought he was so funny.
Who would have thought that the guy from All That and Kenan and Kel would end up on Saturday Night Live as like the longest running cast member?
It's pretty amazing.
and he's really good on Saturday Night Live too.
Yeah. And it's funny because he I don't know if it's happened multiple times, but I know that they pointed out at a certain point he played Bill Cosby as a child on All That, and he also played Bill Cosby as an adult on SNL. I don't know if there's other characters that happened with, but that's pretty funny little tidbit. Although I know you're not supposed to say Bill Cosby anymore. Can't even mention the name.
But can we not? I didn't know we had to pretend like they don't exist. I just
okay. Well, I wasn't sure.
Be like, oh
Whatever
man,
we want.
Hey, here we go. Let's have a retro corner and pretend like we are like talking about new stuff, but really it's old stuff.
Okay.
2 weekends ago. When was the Super Bowl? 3 weeks ago? I think so. It must have been the weekend after the Super Bowl because I finally watched Coming to America and Trading Places for the first time.
Oh, nice. What took you so long?
I think that was before the Super Bowl because I think you mentioned that.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. It was just, I don't know what took me so long, but I finally was like, Oh, it must have been before the Super Bowl because they had the commercial for Coming to America too, and I was like, oh, I actually can watch that and
That's right.
enjoy it because I finally
Yeah.
seen Coming to America.
Yeah. Which one did you like
I
better?
was like, well, they haven't made the second one. The second
no, I
one's
mean,
not out yet.
Between Trading Places and Coming to America.
Coming to America,
Yeah, me too.
that was funny. It for the most part holds up.
Mm-hmm.
Trading Places, there's definitely a couple spots where you're like, ah, wow, ooh. Even in 80, 85, 86, like this is like some questionable.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy, he's got to be due for a comeback. I hope the second one is good.
Like what confused me now that I've seen the first one all the way through is that he supposedly has this son that he went to America or that he had in America and now he's going back. But when I was watching the first one, like there was no like unless there's a whole section of the movie that they didn't show, like he didn't like he found that one woman was the director's cut.
Yes. It's a 3-hour version that the fans were
Coming to America spelled different.
Yes.
You know what? There probably is that version. So yeah, like it started me on this whole path of like because HBO Max has a whole bunch of like older movies,
mm-hmm.
and then so I was flipping between HBO Max and Prime and Stars and just watching like older movies and like was like I was meant to watch this movie. And so like I'm on Just Watch that app, going The Golden Child. I never saw that one. Ooh, so now I'm going to watch that one at some point.
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Nope.
Actually,
I was just apparently I'm on an Eddie Murphy kick right now, where I'm like I should watch all of these old Eddie Murphy movies.
Yeah, why not? I mean, old Eddie Murphy was awesome. New Eddie Murphy, I could take or leave.
I like his voice acting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much where his career went. Hard to say.
I actually liked The Nutty Professor. I don't know how everyone else feels about that, but I liked him.
I liked the first one.
The first one was good.
Yeah. Yeah, the Clump's not. Yeah, I agree. Not so.
Well, there was at some point like he just stopped saying no.
Well, he has a lot of bills to pay.
That is true.
There someday.
Yeah. I'd love to be able to get to that position where I don't have to, I can stop saying no to things and just take on ridiculous roles. Tower Heist, he was good in that.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some of his newer stuff. He's still good. He still does really good.
Mm-hmm.
But then other ones, you're just like, why did you say like Dave?
Yeah.
I think or Meet rough. Dave, whatever that.
Yeah,
one
Meet
was.
Dave. That's what it was. Mm-hmm.
So dude, Pluto Nash.
Yeah.
Which I do want to watch because I want to know if it's as bad as everybody says it is.
It's like it was a good concept, but the execution just wasn't really there. Executed. Yeah.
The one that some guys I work with really loved, but I just refuse to watch is Norbit.
I've heard people say like give it a chance because it's actually like the slapstick comedy in that is like on this awesome level. Like he brings it, but everything I've seen of it, I'm just like I cannot watch this.
Yeah, I've not seen that one.
What's I'm blanking on the name of the movie right now. It was Danny McBride, James Franco, Seth Rogen was not in it. Natalie Portman.
Oh, Your Highness, yeah.
Your Highness.
Mm-hmm.
That movie is stupid. It really just is.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
But these two guys I work with just love it and talk about how awesome it is, and just they're like, "You're so stupid for not loving this movie." I'm like, "It's so dumb." Like, I love everybody in this movie. How is it this bad?
It is weird when that happens sometimes. Like
they even make fun of it in This Is the End. Like,
oh yeah. What did you guys think of Year One? Did you ever see that movie?
I did not like it all that much. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't really good.
Yeah, I felt that was like another one of those situations where you had like the cast, like this awesome cast, like so many different comedians were in it, and it was like all these great actors, and then it was like a lot of the stuff falls flat. But it's one of those movies I like to watch if it's just like if Comedy Central puts it on and it's just good background stuff, because it's not horrible, but it's just they could have done so much more with it, I feel.
I found that I've been throwing Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore on a lot
Excellent choices.
to go to sleep.
Nice. Those are
Recently.
good comfort movies.
God, and it's so like, it's like when I think about Adam Sandler, it's like, what do I like better? Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, or Waterboy? Like,
The holy trilogy.
Like, it's so
90s
hard.
Madison.
Wow.
it's so hard to say which one is like better, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
I go with Billy Madison.
I would say the same thing. I think I got to go with Billy Madison.
I mean, I think I'm lean towards Happy Gilmore,
You could
but
throw a little Nicky into the mix too.
You could.
I enjoy Little Nicky.
I don't mind it that much, but I wouldn't put it on the same level as those three movies.
no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Like Big Daddy, like I really like, but it's not on the level of those three.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I just don't think it got better after those. Like, I mean, there were gems, but yeah, it just that's the whole trilogy.
Did you guys watch Hubie Halloween?
I did.
Something we all watched.
I thought it actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it's pretty
No,
good.
I mean it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. It captured the Halloween vibe like fucking perfectly. Like that neighborhood all decked out with the decorations. I was like, this might have to be in every Halloween movie to watch now. Like, some of the jokes were really fucking dumb, but man, if it didn't capture that vibe, I swear.
That old school Sandler feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we watched it like the weekend it came out, and then I think we watched it at least one or two more times between that and actual Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I think I watched it twice.
I just watched it once. I didn't love it that much, I guess, but it was good. I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, the Netflix Adam Sandler movies, like, it started bad with Ridiculous Six.
Yeah. Yeah.
And has just slowly been getting better. Like, you know, like I liked was it Murder Mystery? Was that what was called?
I think so. I haven't seen it, but yeah, I think that was what it was called.
That one was fun. That one was good.
Cool.
I've not. I can't say that I made it. I didn't make it through Sandy Wexler. I only got I only got 20 minutes into that before I had to turn it off. And one of these days, I will just force myself to sit down and.
I tried twice with that movie. I picked it up again like months later. I'm like, maybe I was just not in the right frame of mind. And I'm like, nope, it sucks. It fucking sucks. But Ridiculous Six, I did make it all the way through. And I think you and I watched that together.
I did, yeah.
And that was back in the Substances days. So maybe it's not as good as I remember.
I believe we're both partaking in some adult beverages.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe it wasn't all
that. It was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, there were funny moments.
Yeah,
but overall, it wasn't good.
Good cast.
Was it the Do-Over, the one he did with David Spade?
Yeah,
that one was okay. And then the one he gave just to David Spade, The Wrong Missy.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys watched that one yet?
I have not.
I watched part of it. I didn't get through all of it.
It's not bad. It's a little. There's parts of it that are a little hard to take, just because like it's just so over the top. But it's better than I thought it would be.
Interesting. Well, it's interesting you bring up Adam Sandler because he put out. Did you see that video he put out for the 25th anniversary of Happy Gilmore?
Yes, I did see that.
Did you see it, Nicholas?
No, you've got something on me.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm bringing some news to the table. Well, he put out an internet video to celebrate the 25th anniversary, where he basically just did the drive, his classic drive as the character, and then the guy that played Shooter McGavin sent a response video, and he was like in his office playing that character, and like he's like kind of giving like a response. I forgot what he said to him, but yeah, basically just kind of like to celebrate the 25th anniversary. Did I miss anything?
No, that's about it.
Okay.
He calls Shooter out at the beginning of the clip.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he called him out.
Which is why he
yeah.
responds.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah. So you should go look
Happy Gilmore 2, where they're both like on like in the retirement league or whatever.
Yeah.
The senior circuit.
Yeah, the senior circuit. Yeah,
or they're doing mini golf.
They
go at it one more time.
That would be awesome. I wonder people are speculating now since they put those out. Yeah, it might be like that might be coming next. That would be awesome. I'd watch it for sure.
With Hubie Halloween, did you catch the? Because I know how much you love Ben Stiller.
Yeah, he was playing that role.
He played.
Yeah, that was awesome.
One of the kids was Oak Doyle.
Oh yeah. There was a lot of Happy Madison references in that.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, that was
cool. I still haven't watched Uncut Gems though.
No, me neither.
Nope.
But I heard that he also did Hubie Halloween in response to that, because he's like, if I don't get an Oscar for this movie, I'm gonna make the worst movie ever or whatever. Something like that. I messed up the quote, but
you're not too far off of what he said, but and I was like, wow, Hubie Halloween is not that bad. Like, it was kind of fun.
Yeah. Maybe he should just say that more often and try harder.
Because Grown Ups 2, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah,
Jack and Jill.
Yeah, Jack and Jill. An abomination.
Really, really bad.
I don't know what the fuck he was thinking making that movie. And why Al Pacino agreed to be in it. Like, what the hell?
I assume that Adam Sandler has some sort of blackmail on Al Pacino. Or...
Yeah, must be. Must be that. But yeah, maybe he's heading in another direction. He might have a renaissance coming, because if he had Hubie Halloween and then he goes on to do another Happy Gilmore, this could be we could be in the new renaissance period.
Resurgence of Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people hated on Pixels, but I thought that one was fun.
Still haven't seen it, and
I liked Pixels.
I know I always used to argue with you guys about that, but I've yet to see it, so I can't say much.
Yeah, to see that one. If you've never seen it, you can't argue about it.
Well, it didn't stop me from doing it in the past, in the old pop culture roulette days. I saw the trailer. It looks like, I don't know. Well, actually, the real reason why I didn't like it, because I wasn't a big fan of Josh Gad, but I guess I don't really mind him that much right now. So I'll check it out. I will give it a shot.
What's your problem with Josh Gad? Who doesn't love Olaf?
He used to annoy me. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. He left a bad taste in my mouth.
From what?
I can't say that on air.
Oh, so you know Josh Gad personally, do you?
He still owes me $50 too. But no, I will check it out. I'll check it out. I know it's on it's got to be on some streaming platform, right? It's got to be out there somewhere. Yeah.
It probably is.
Yeah. I'll make that part of my homework for next week.
We have homework?
I don't know. According to Nicholas,
I might
have to participate now.
I might have to assign homework.
Yeah. I've got notes too.
Just assign stupid stuff that we've watched.
Yeah.
I think it was Amazon Video. I started watching Gary Busey, Pet Judge.
What's that?
Gary Busey's a judge, and people bring like their pet cases. It's ridiculous.
Is this new?
I don't know.
This sounds awesome.
So yeah, it's Gary Busey.
So I'll watch Pixels and Gary Busey Pet Judge for next week. And
according to Just Watch, it's on FX now, so you might have to download a new app.
Okay, I could do that. I think we should, if we're gonna do any homework, we should at least bring back douche of the week. We should all bring our douche in for next week.
Phrasing.
Bring in a douche, someone who's douchey.
Bring him on camera with us.
This is my favorite douche. I don't have one for this week, but
I didn't know there was homework.
I
didn't know there was homework for the other ones either.
There wasn't for the other ones.
Nicholas did research, and I'm like, you and I
I
showed
mean, I
up.
kind of did research.
Well,
But,
you
yeah.
you basically were like you provided basically every like 90% of the content, and we just reacted to it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I
Well-
thought was going to happen for this week. So excuse me if I don't have anything, if I'm ill
That's all right.
prepared.
I really I had 2 weeks to prepare, and I got as far as writing on my notes DC versus Marvel, and then I started asking Justin questions, and that whole storyline just died.
Well, don't ask Justin questions. You know I'm not prepared for this.
Well, I do feel like we were able to really spin something out of the nothing that we had, though. I think it's been a probably pretty solid first episode back. I really do.
So, well,
Wait,
it's nice to be back.
it is nice to be back. Yeah. And I just wanted to add one more thing. I think we can really make that wheel thing happen this time around.
Okay.
Take care.
Would you like to tell everyone at home what the wheel idea was?
All right. So the wheel, if we can actually build, I was supposed to build it, but I never could figure out how to make it work. And I guess maybe Jeremy has some ideas on how to actually make it work
Well, me.
now.
I think so.
Come on, I got ideas.
So we might have to amend it for the beginning of the wheel, and pick 6 Netflix originals or Hulu originals or something, because the original idea was that we would put 6 or 8 movies that are at the theater on there, and then spin it once a month or once every quarter. And then whether we wanted to or not, if whatever movie it landed on, the 3 of us would have to go see.
Yep.
And then we would have to give it a breakdown on, what it was. Hopefully never ending up on Dirty Dancing 2. But we would have to write down whatever movie is in the theaters.
Right. If that happened, that's what would happen. But
So
yeah,
I don't know. So I don't know if maybe we pick 6 classic 1980s movies that somehow the 3 of us have never seen.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do categories for one of the spins.
Yeah.
And
then because that way we could do it more often than once a quarter or so.
Yeah.
But I think that was the whole idea of why we were going to call ourselves Pop Culture Roulette, not just.
Yeah.
Although we quickly amended it to, you just never know what you're going to get. It's just a crapshoot.
Yeah. It's we load up a gun with our different bullets of pop culture, and sometimes you get video games, sometimes you get the movie bullet, sometimes you get the TV show bullet.
Sometimes you just fire a blank.
I will tell you this much: I never stopped using the logo for stuff. I continually use the logo. Maybe we'll bring if we actually get this going and keep it going, maybe we'll bring the Fantasy League back.
Hey, that's an idea.
Yeah. I was okay without fantasy football this year.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy just watching games.
Well, maybe you and I will bring it back.
I mean, I didn't miss it.
I enjoyed the league that I was in. I missed our league, texting each other and giving each other a hard time. But
yeah,
also,
I liked that.
I tried texting Justin a few times asking for ideas, and he was just all like, "Go fuck yourself."
I worded it a lot nicer. I said, "I'm not doing fantasy." I got some things in the works though.
All right.
So
yeah, good first show, guys.
We'll get all of our equipment situation figured out.
Yeah, definitely. It won't be as rocky next time we do this. Hopefully.
So, which ending were we going with at the time?
Well, I believe you retired the "Be Nice to Your Water."
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because Justin started refusing to say it.
Yeah. So I believe it was what's that?
I just refused to do things.
You just refused, yeah. And so I believe we spun it off into
Stupid never walks alone.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Okay.